Sorry, I got disconnected. Okay, we are with the step 2. And step 2 was the calculate plastic section modulus required. So ZP required is equal to MD into gamma M naught divided by Fy. So from ZP we can calculate ZE required. So ZE required is equal to ZP required divided by 1.14. This is for I section. So now select, we have written select suitable I section, from steel table matching the value of ZE, that is ZXX, and ZE required is less than ZE available. ZE available is in steel table and ZE required म्हणजे ZE required ही लेस असली पाहिजे ZE available पेक्षा, म्हणजे आपण घेणारी व्हॅल्यू आहे ती याच्यापेक्षा जास्त असली पाहिजे. So now we got this ZE value, ZE available. So ZE required. So here write down again. So again calculate the ZP required for ZE available. See, initially we have calculated ZP value. From this ZP value we have calculated ZE value. From this ZE value we have selected the section for this ZXX or ZE available. ZE available साठी section select केला. Now from this ZE available again calculate first ZP value. आता शेवटच्या ZE साठी परत ZP ची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट करायची. So S is equal to now again ZP required divided by ZE available. So ZP required is equal to S into or 1.14 into ZE available. So this ZP we have to use afterwards. This is the requirement of ZP, or actual ZP would be there. So write down this. So this step is a very, very important. आपण लोड वरून ZP कॅल्क्युलेट केला, ZP वरून ZE कॅल्क्युलेट केला, त्या ZE साठी स्टील टेबल मधून सेक्शन सिलेक्ट केला, मग सिलेक्ट केलेल्या सेक्शनचा जो ZE आहे त्याच्यासाठी परत आणखी एकदा ZP कॅल्क्युलेट केला. It means we have calculated 2 times ZP, 1 time ZE, and for that ZE we have selected ZE from steel table. म्हणजे 2 ZE आणि 2 ZP आपल्याला या ठिकाणी कॅल्क्युलेट केले गेले. तर वापरताना शेवटचे वापरायचे. ओके. Or
yes sir.
okay. So now again, next step is also very, very important. Step number 3. Step number 3 is classify the section. Classify the section. So how we can classify the section for flange and for wave? For flange, so this is very IMP. This is a very IMP for your university examination or MPSC or any type of examination. This step also. So for flange, how to classify the section? It means whatever I section you have used, that section you have to classify. It means that section in which classification. So there are 4 classifications are there: plastic, compact, semi-compact, and slender. So there are 4 classifications, depends upon the cross section. Manje, please remember, please concentrate here. If beam is there, this beam under loading condition, at that time what will happen? This is the beam, this beam under loading condition, and the beam will deflect like this. Again, this beam will deflect like this. Again, this beam will deflect like this. Up to this point, if elastic behavior is there, up to this, it means if we remove this load, हा जर P load remove केला तर original shape ला येत असेल तर this is the elastic limit. So elastic it means slender classification. Slender classification. After the additional load, so somewhat formation of hinges are there. It means slender to semi compact. म्हणजे आता थोड्या प्रमाणात हिंज फॉर्म व्हायला लागते, अजून फॉर्म झालेले आहे. आफ्टर लोडिंग हिंज फॉर्म झाले, त्यानंतर कॉम्पॅक्ट क्लासिफिकेशन येतं आणि त्यानंतर प्लास्टिक. ऍट द एंड प्लास्टिक. When plastic classification will occur, hinge will form and your beam will rotate in any direction. These are the 2 segments, segment 1 and segment 2. So this condition is nothing but plastic. Formation of hinge is nothing but compact. Started the formation of elastic to plastic. Plastic zone मध्ये ज्यावेळी गेले जातोय त्यावेळी सेमी कॉम्पॅक्ट आणि slender, it means within the elastic. So these are the 4 classifications of the sections. These are the 4 classifications of sections. So how this classification we have to calculate, that I will show you here, or we will write here. म्हणजे बीम लोड घेत असताना डिफ्लेक्ट होते, डिफ्लेक्ट होत जाते, परत डिफ्लेक्शन वाढत जातं, डिफ्लेक्शन वाढत जातं. मग ज्या ठिकाणी असा पॉइंट असतो इल्ड पॉइंट, की जिथून आपण काय करतो, लोड काढून घेतला तर परत ओरिजिनल पोझिशनला तुमचा मेंबर येतो, तिथपर्यंतचं जे क्लासिफिकेशन आहे ते स्लेंडर. त्याच्या पुढे गेला, आता प्लास्टिक झोन मध्ये गेला इल्ड पॉइंट नंतर, की सेमी कॉम्पॅक्ट. हिंज फॉर्म व्हायला लागले की कॉम्पॅक्ट क्लासिफिकेशन, आणि हिंज फॉर्म झाला आणि कसंही रोटेशन चालू झालं की प्लास्टिक. So this is the nothing but these are the 4 classifications. Okay, just a minute. So for flange, how to classify? So PF by 2, width of flange by 2 divided by TF, it should be less than or equal to 9.4. Then the classification is a plastic. This value is a very, very, very important related to any type of MCQ examination. 9.4. BF by 2 divided by TF value is less than or equal to 9.4. The classification is plastic. BF by 2 divided by TF, it should be less than or equal to 10.5. म्हणजे 9.4 च्या वरती आणि 10.5 मध्ये असेल तर the classification is a compact. BF by 2 divided by TF, it should be less than 15, less than or equal to 15, म्हणजे 10.5 च्या वरती आणि 15 च्या खाली, then semi compact. Then BF by 2 divided by TF, it should be greater than 15. The classification is in the slender. Are you getting, everyone? Width of flange is known, thickness of flange is known. This calculation is less than or equal to 9.4, plastic classification. Less than or equal to 10.5, compact classification. Less than or equal to 15, semi compact, and greater than 15, it will be a slender. Got it, everyone? For flange, in this way we can classify the section in the plastic, compact, semi compact, and slender. Got it, everyone? So this is for flange. Now for wave, I section having flange and wave. So for wave, D by TW, it should be less than 84, plastic copy classification. D by TW less than 105, compact classification. This is given in IS code also. D by TW less than or equal to 126, semi compact classification. And D by TW greater than 126, it is a slender classification. So depth upon thickness of wave. Depth of section upon thickness of wave, it should be less than or equal to 84, plastic. So these values are very important. 84, 105, 126, 126. So this is the classification for wave. Okay, have you written? Write down this. Now where this required? This is required is next. Or please write down fast. जाऊया का पुढे?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next step number 4. Step number 4 is a design of shear strength. Design of shear strength for resistance. Design of shear strength for resistance. It means whatever shear force we have calculated, for this shear force, how much resistance force is required. So that is VDR. VD is the design shear force and R is the design shear force for resistance. So Fy into AW divided by under root of 3 gamma m naught. So how to calculate? येणारा shear force आपल्याला समजला, पण actual section जो यूज केलाय तो किती shear force carry करेल? That is the VDR. We have calculated shear force in first step, VD. So that shear force due to the loading. But we have used section in step 2. Whatever section we have selected, I section for ZE available. So for that section, how much your shear force will be carried? That is VDR. Resistance kiti to section din. So VDR, where AW is equal to TW into H is the area of wave. AW is the TW into H, area of wave. Then TW is the thickness of wave and H is the depth of section. Okay, so we have to check for shear. Whatever shear force is coming, for that we have to check. So check for shear is equal to So VDR should be greater than VD. Whatever VD we have calculated in step number 1, so that VD should be less than this VDR. It means VDR should be greater than VD, and VD less than 0.6 VDR. Hence हे जर satisfy होत असेल, hence section is a safe. Hence section is a safe. This check will, if satisfy, then your section will be safe. Okay, this is step number 4. It means shear force ची strength आपण calculate केली. किती shear force येईल? Okay, shall I go next?
Yes, sir.
Write down simultaneously with me. So then next step, step number 5. Step number 5. So step number 5 is design the bending moment. Design the bending moment. Bending moment registered by section. Bending moment registered by section, or sorry, bending moment registered by section. Just a minute. This is registered. Bending moment registered by the section. So that is MDR. So MDR we have to calculate. So now this MDR we have to calculate for the sections as per classification. So capital small a for plastic and compact. For plastic and compact section. So classification we have seen in this step number 3. So if the section is plastic or compact, at that time MDR we have to calculate. MDR is this beta B into ZP into Fy divided by gamma m naught. So this is the formula when we have to use if say classification is plastic. Then small b, and here value of beta b is where beta b is equal to 1 for beta b is equal to 1 for plastic and semi-compact section. If the section is a plastic or semi-compact, at that time beta b value will be 1. Then small b for semi-compact and slender. Actually slender section, for slender section it is not required. If section is slender, it means it is within the elastic limit. There is no change in the section, not goes in the plastic zone. So here this is for only semi-compact, or we can use for the slender also. There is no problem. Slender साठी पण हाच फॉर्म्युला आपण यूज करू शकतो. So MDR is equal to ZE into Fy divided by gamma m naught. See, hinge फॉर्म झाल्या म्हणजे तो प्लास्टिक झोन मध्ये गेला. So it means compact and plastic, these are the classification when hinges are formed. So ZP we have used, value of ZP we have used here in the MDR formula. When plastic आणि compact section ज्यावेळी आला त्यावेळी आपण ZP यूज केला. But semi compact or slender, it means your section within the elastic limit. So that we have used here ZE value. That ZE is the ZE value is the ZE available. That ZE value is a ZE available into Fy. So check for moment. Check for moment is a MDR should be greater than EMD. Hence whatever section provided section is safe. Section is safe. So this is the step number 5. Write down this. Okay, over. This procedure is a very important related to all types of examination. Your university MCQ examination, then your MPSC examination, GATE examination. All these formulas are required, and this is must know, because many more questions will be asked on this particular unit. So this procedure is very important. Okay, shall I go next? So step 6, next step. So step 6 is check for design of beam. Check for design of beam. Check for design of beam. Okay. So first check. Which is the first check? We have seen 3 modes of failure. So first check is a deflection limit, whether the beam is a safe for deflection, that we have to see. Okay, so deflection limit, in that concentrated load is there. Concentrated load or point load. So delta actual actually deflection limit, it means what? Actually deflection limit, it means what? The delta actual, it should be less than delta allowable. Delta actual, it should be less than delta allowable. So delta actual we have to calculate now. Okay, so for concentrated load, delta actual is equal to, so WL cube upon 48 EI is the delta actual for this particular types of loading. This is P or this is W, this is L by 2, L by 2. So this is the actual deflection, delta actual. So this must be actual. Then small b, if UDL is there, so if UDL is there, so what is delta? So this is the deflection. This is the deflection. So this is your delta actual. So how much delta actual for, how you know this 5 by 384 WL raised to 4 divided by EI. This is the delta actual for UDL, and delta allowable. Delta allowable is equal to L by 300. L by 300. It is for point load and UDL also. Both loading is there, then delta allowable. So in this way you have to calculate delta actual. The delta actual should be delta allowable. So delta allowable, how we can calculate? L by 300. So if satisfy above condition, then provided section is a safe. Provided section is a safe. Got it, everyone? Deflection limit means what? Delta actual is a less than delta allowable. So how to calculate delta actual? So there are 2-3 cases we have seen. Simply supported beam carries central point load. Simply supported beam carries UDL. So for this simply supported beam carries central point load, we have to calculate the delta actual like this. Then delta actual for UDL, we have to calculate. So then delta allowable. So how much delta allowable? L by 300. So this is again very VIMP. Delta allowable is we can calculate L by 300. So this actual delta is less than delta allowable, then whatever section you have provided is safe. Got it, everyone? So write down this. Okay. So go fast. We have less time. Have you written? काय कोण बोलतच नाही.
Yes, sir.
मग सांगा ना, मला पुढे जायचंय. आपण प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करणार आहे याच्यावर. फक्त लिहून घ्या आता सध्या. Okay. Then capital B. Second check we have to see, that is first check deflection limit is over. Now second check is a wave crippling. Second check is a wave crippling. So wave crippling, how we have to calculate? Wave crippling is a FWC. It means wave crippling strength we have to calculate. FWC is the crippling strength. So this is the wave crippling strength. FWC is equal to B1 plus 2N1 into TW into Fy divided by gamma m naught. So where B1 is equal to width of flange, which is given in the steel table. Then N1 is equal to 2 into 2.5 into TF, 2 into 2.5 into TF. Then TW is equal to what is TW? Thickness of wave. So in this way we can find the strength for wave crippling. वेब क्रिपलिंगची एवढी स्ट्रेंथ मिळेल आपल्याला. And then third, C is the web buckling strength. Web buckling strength. So this web buckling strength is equal to web buckling strength is equal to FWB, force or strength for web buckling. FWB is equal to again B1 plus 2N1 into TW into FCD. So where N1 is equal to D by 2, it means depth of section by 2. Depth of section by 2. So this is N1. So B1 again we have written above. B1 is the again width of flange. So these all notations are given in steel table. D is given, B1 is given, thickness of wave TW is equal to thickness of wave that is given. And here FCD is again, what is FCD? FCD is a compressive stress, which is we have seen in the unit number 4, compressive stress FCD. Okay, so we have to calculate FCD here now. So how we can calculate FCD? Have you written this? Please write down first. Please write down this. So in this way, we have to calculate the, take the check for deflection, check for wave crippling, and check for wave buckling. It means we have to calculate crippling strength. How much crippling strength will be occur or will be for this particular section? How much buckling strength for this particular section, that we have to check by using these formulas. Okay, shall I go next?
Recording in progress.
Over. Okay. So then FCD we have to find out. So to find FCD, calculate slenderness ratio. Slenderness ratio. So how we can calculate here slenderness ratio? That is lambda is equal to KL by RYY here. So, or we can calculate second way is a 2.425 into D by TW. Both way we can calculate, or this formula we have to use. Okay, so write down for buckling class C. For buckling class C, here we have to use buckling class C. For this and find the value of FCD. Find the value of FCD. So तुम्ही म्हणाल की सर आता इथं आय सेक्शन यूज केलाय तरी पण तुम्ही बकलिंग क्लास सी का म्हणायला लागलाय? बरोबर आहे, आय सेक्शन साठी बकलिंग क्लास सी हा कधीच नसतो, बट दॅट सी बकलिंग क्लास इन कॉम्प्रेशन मेंबर म्हणजे चौथ्या चॅप्टर मध्येच कॉलम डिझाईन करतानाच फक्त तिथं आपल्याला आय सेक्शन साठी सी घ्यायचा आहे. आय सेक्शन साठी कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं आहे. बट in this chapter, in the beam chapter, here buckling class we have to take C for this particular section. So find the value of FCD and then calculate this particular strength for the wave buckling. Got it? So these are the strength for the or check for the beams, that is the deflection limit, wave crippling and wave buckling. So in this way we can design the beam. So got it everyone? This is the procedure. So we have covered the 6-7 steps in this particular procedure. So we will solve the example in the next lecture on this particular procedure. Okay. So wait, I will take attendance and then we will close.